You're dead!
What to do, guys? Today we do a quick Caides guide. Since you guys know me as farming nothing but revenge and armor pit set, I think it's a good time for everybody to get into Caides because A-Raven's out in Mystic Shop. Violet is running amok in Arena and RTA, and a lot of single target units want armor pin because it's a pretty good damage increase over, let's say, immunity that doesn't have kind of the damage boost. But since everybody and their mother has a cleanse, people opt in for more damage. So armor pin is the way to go. So we're gonna quickly do Caides. I'll show you my guys' team real quick, and I'll talk in the background on what you guys might need to know about Caides if you guys haven't done it yet. Alright, this is my team. I have Violet, ML Kawana, and Luca and Rana. If you guys don't have these units, I'll give you some 3-star recommendations, and I'll give you some other recommendations if they could work because I haven't tested them out yet. There's no other free quick weekend, so I can't test them out. But I'm pretty sure there's plenty of videos of other characters. If you guys haven't seen them or you guys have, you could probably find some way around it. But this is just give you the basis of what you might need for a Caides hunt. So I'm gonna speed this up a bit, and I'll tell you about the roughly estimate on how long it usually take for my runs, if it's a bad run or if it's a good run. So at the very beginning of Caides, there will be this like one guy. Don't worry about him. He don't do much. He attacks like his attack don't hit that much, especially for somebody that's squishy. But whenever he has a debuff, he will counterattack and has a chance to stun. So keep that in mind. Just get this guy through quickly and end up with Caides. He's not that much of a threat. He is annoying though, but if you have Rana, then there's nothing to worry about, honestly. Alright, and going into Caides will always start with his S3, which pretty much dispel all buffs and put minus speed and restrict on you, and do a little bit of injury, which is pretty sure 70% of your max HP. So keep that in mind. But it doesn't hit that hard. It also heals him for a certain percentage. So Caides has one passive that's really important. Well, technically two. But pretty much, it reduces the effect of Danger Joker at max percentage HP, like type abilities. So Danger Joker, Bellona's S1, and stuff like that will have 50% reduced effectiveness. So keep that in mind. It won't be as effective, but it'll still be there. His other passive is Danger Level. Pretty much, it's like little 1s and 3s and 4s above my character's heads. Pretty much, whoever has the highest stack of Danger Level, that's who he will attack until they use a non-attack ability. So whenever you hit them like this with Violet S1s or something like that, or Rana S1s or dual attack with it, or any ability whatsoever, they will get a stack of danger. And the only way to clear danger off is by using a non-attack skill like a Apple, Barrier, Dominion S3. You guys get the gist, right? That will clear the danger, and the person with the next highest danger will be attacked. So it's pretty much a dance for Caides on who has what. Another thing to note is that no more than 3 debuffs is allowed on Caides. You can go more than 4, but keep in mind, it will make the run a lot harder. He will cleanse off all debuff, and he gets attack and defense buff. So unless he brings a cleanser, it's going to be really hard, so keep that in mind. Another thing to note is that whenever he S1s, he will gain 20% combat readiness. And the 2 means that he has with him in the back will always dual attack with Caides. So if you don't have somebody with restrict, then you could probably still do it, even if he's CR pushing the high hill. If not, then if you don't want him to CR push the high hill, then bring somebody with restrict and barriers to mitigate some of this damage. This is my Caides 13 team. First we got Rana. She's on full HP set. It don't really matter what HP set you have. But I wouldn't recommend being this slow as dirt because she need to get up for S3, and her S3 is pretty long. It's a 4-turn cooldown if you have a -1, but mine is 5-turn. There's 4-turn, that'd be really great. But other than that, she's pretty much has no effect rate. She has Stellar Heart to get rid of stuff like that. She's only there to provide the S2 for the combat readiness and heals, since Caides will always dual attack and stuff like that unless he's by himself and whatnot, and also provide Barrier with an S1, which is pretty helpful to mitigate some of the damage that Caides does. My next is plus 15 ML Kawana that I use. Yours gotta be plus 15, but she's also not on a rage set because I used to PvP with her, so this is the reason why. If she was on a rage set, the hunts will go a little bit quicker, actually a lot quicker if she was on a rage set. Next up is Luca. I use her for 813 pretty much only, but I swapped her in instead of Helga because her defense breaks are a little bit more reliable. She has more chance to proc defense break on her S3 and her S1 pretty much. She has the E that double chance for S1 just to increase the chance of defense break, but be careful of this because if you don't have your S2 -1 turn cooldown, she can accidentally get so much danger that she just gets slapped in the face. So keep that in mind. So if you want for a Caides, probably switch it to Helga's Scepter would be a good pick. Or Spirit Breath is also a good pick. Just keep that in mind, because she could get slapped around. And next is Violet. There's nothing to say about Violet. He does his thing. He's on Armor Pen Lifesteal with Moonlight Dreamblade maxed out. He all does his thing. If he gets hit, he kind of has a chance to counterattack, which increases danger a little, which to make the boss focus him a little bit more. But do know that after 3 stacks, he starts taking 30% increased damage times his max HP, and it'll become 40%. Pretty much for every stack of danger, it increases by 10%, so keep that in mind. Now there's many other units that he used for Caides. Pretty much anybody that has a non-attack skill and some form of damage could probably do it. You can use Seaside Bologna for Caides, even though she doesn't have a non-attack skill, but she can do it if you have like a speedy run. Or somebody that could just nuke the boss while she just provides defense break and target. So pretty much all you want to do is pretty much turn on for skills, because this will give you, I think, 4 debuffs. Unbuffable, unhealable, on top of defense break, and on top of target will be 4 debuffs, which we clear. So you probably want to only use her S1 if you do want to auto run it. And keep in mind that you want a very, very bulky SSB, since she has no way to cleanse off her danger level, so she will get it. She'll be the only one getting hit. So keep that in mind. So it can work for a fast team if you have a setup for it. If you don't have Rana, you can definitely use Tamarine with 100% Valve for the cleanse off the speed buff if you have enough factors to mitigate some of that. But Tamarine is also really good because of the dual attack chance and the CR push, and then also the white cleanse, which she S3s. Which she's Shining Star, which I don't have the -1 turn cooldown. Amelia could definitely work. Now that her AI targets I think it targets Warrior Thieves first before anything else, but since you have all damage deal, I think it targets the, I don't know, I forgot how her S2 targets, right? But pretty much she has a cleanse for 2 buffs, so it's really good, and it gives a barrier. Keep that in mind. And on top of that, she will give the attack to the highest unit, so you can make the runs a lot quicker. Helga is also a pretty good unit. That's what I used before I changed in Luca, because Luca has a lot more defense break. Helga has a S2 with defense break and also extend her buff duration. Her S3 give effective to the attack. And her S1 also has a 50% chance for a defense break, up to 55. So keep that in mind. Hey guys, for all those memes, Mort can actually work in Caides. He has a passive where if this procs, it does count as a non-attack skill, by the way, which will activate if you have Dragon, because it counts as a non-attack skill because it activates Dragon Legacy. That's how it's with. So if you have Mort, he can be used in Caides. Just keep that in mind. I would recommend it if your Mort is just fully stacked out. He can use it because it's S2. Just know you have a 50% chance at max, or a 40% chance at 0 Molagores to activate this S2 when you S1, or when you crit, pretty much. And also, when he's in rage, he has a ignore effect res on his S1 for a defense break. So keep that in mind. Mortalist can definitely work. And so there's another good unit if you have nobody else. She essentially Saria and Tamarine can definitely do the same thing as they do. I don't know if Saria AI is still focused Tamarine. I don't know if it's random. But pretty much, you want a Saria to hit Tamarine with it, and then you want a Saria to give him unbuffable and defense break. If you have Song of Stars, that'd be 3 debuffs. And hopefully you have somebody that's a nuker that can take him down. Ring could work. She has a defense break and 2 extra buffs, and cleanse we have the EE for S3. Rickers could work. He has restrict on his S3 now, so keep that in mind. He has a restrict, and he also has a -1 turn cooldown. But it's a 5-turn cooldown. If you're going to use Rickers, I will recommend using something like Pathetic Candlestick, since his cooldowns are so long. And he's probably going to get hit as a lot since he has a 5-turn window to use his S2 again and his S3. Tamalu could again be used, same with Cdom. They're both really good units in Caides. Since he's a light element, having Tamalu do her thing on him for increased damage for dark units can definitely work out. I will recommend bringing something like, I don't have Helga's Scepter. Helga's Scepter to make her cooldowns a lot quicker, since she has a 40% chance to dual attack with her S1, which could it can harm you since she's not really made the, you know, her HP is kind of low. She'll get clobbers. So Etiquette set her to increase the cooldown on her S2 and then her S3 and whatnot. But primarily she will use her S2 first before S3. So if Etiquette set her proc, her S2 will come off cooldown a lot quicker than whatnot. And same with C-Dom. C-Dom will give everybody a crit chance and then she'll S1 the boss for increased damage. I will recommend Calandra for her in a rage set. So keep that in mind. Another unit that's really good for Caides is Sirmia. She can be really, really good on a rage set. Make it slow as possible and just one-shot the boss. And her EE, I don't have it a lot because I don't have a Feel Awakening, but you can have the 25% chance to dual attack with the S1. Because, you know, who doesn't like double tapping bosses, right? But anyway, that's Caides. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Other than that, see you guys around and happy farming. Because honestly, Caides is a fun hunt. I have about 2 units on Caides set. One is a Revenge set Charles with Wind Rider. He does some wonders when he works. Other than that, he doesn't work when he doesn't feel like dodging. Dilibet is really funny to see her on a Revenge set, especially when she gets low. She just starts speeding up randomly. ML Ken is on a armor pin set because they roll effectiveness, and I need them to be Revenge set. It works out, like, it gives them a good increase of damage even though his attack look low, but it gives them a good bulk of damage, especially when Sigurd Scythe procs, so there's that. Anyway, see you guys around. Peace.